Hey y'all, a while back I did a binding video for the DXe on how you can bind to both the Nano QX3D and the Nano QX, and then once you're bound you don't have to rebind as you go back and forth between the two. Well, I recently acquired a Blade 180 QX, so I was wondering if I can fly all three without having to go through the bind process every time I switch between the models. So I've already bound them. Now the binding process is very simple. You just you plug it. You do the opposite of what you would normally do when you're flying. You plug in the quad and it starts flashing. Then you hold down the bind button up here while you turn on the transmitter, and you keep holding that bind button down until you hear it beep. And then you let up on it, and then you'll eventually see the light stop flashing on here, and then you're bound. Now the question is, can I go back and forth between these three without having to go through that process again? So let's find out. So we're going to go ahead. Supposedly I'm already bound to all these, so let's turn that on. Plug in our 180 QX over here. Give us a little room here. This one's a bit bigger. And if you can see, the blue light is not flashing any longer. So we should have throttle. And there we go. And I don't know if you can see the light through the canopy, but the three position switch up here. Right now we're in low angle stability, and I flip it once, and then it starts flashing blue. That's high angle stability. Then I flip it again and it goes red, and that's agility mode. So we got all three flight modes. So let's see, now that we know that this one works, if we can still fly the other two. Okay, we'll turn the transmitter off. We'll come over here. We'll start with our Nano QX3D. It's missing the canopy. I don't fly it much with the canopy anymore because it's easier to get the battery in and out like this. So we want to turn this on, and then we'll plug in the quad. And we got all our lights, and it looks like we're ready. And yep, and it works. And then if we, right now we're in stability mode. If we flip it once, the lights don't change in this one, but that should give us our second mode where you can go to inverted flight. And then if I flip it again, then that would give me my agility mode. So we'll go back to normal. And of course the throttle hold right here, press that forward, and we have no throttle. So the throttle hold works. So this thing is fully functional the way it is right now. Great. So we unplug this one, turn this off. Now let's see if the little Nano QX can fly. If you notice, I have a little extension that I ordered that allows me to fly these other type of batteries. These have the same connector as the Nano QX3D. This is actually from a WL Toys V911 helicopter. These batteries are very cheap, and it works fine in this quad. So let's give this a try. So we'll turn this on. I do have my throttle hold on, so I have to remember to take that off. We'll plug this in. Okay, we got a fly. Okay, we got a solid blue light, so it should work. So as we can see, the throttle hold works. We'll move the throttle hold, and then there we go. And it works fine. And as far as our modes, we flip the switch once. And I forget how the modes work on this one. It might be, okay, that's it. Okay, it's the bind button, panic button on this model. You can see it's red right now, so we're in agility mode. Press it again, and it goes to blue, and that's when we're in stability mode. So everything works fine. We'll put the throttle hold so I don't take off by accident. But as you can see, all three can be flown without having to go through the process of binding it every time. So that's pretty cool, even though it doesn't have the option of selecting a program for each model. It does seem to remember the various models. Don't know if this would work with something as complex as a 6-channel helicopter, but it does fine with these type of quads. Hopefully this is helpful.